Hi, this video is going to explain updates to the progress monitoring schedule and progress monitoring documentation for the 22-23 school year. So the first update to note is to the progress monitoring schedule. It's been updated to indicate the window of benchmark or targeted assessment for beginning, middle, and end of year. It also includes guidance for when progress monitoring weeks are indicated for students that are taking the DIBELS literacy assessments, the STAR math assessments, or the STAR reading assessments for targeted monitoring. And so you can see when those weeks are designated. Sometimes the weeks for STAR are different from those for DIBELS. So do note those, especially for schools that use DIBELS literacy and STAR math progress monitoring in their schools. Also identified in gray are the recommended weeks for problem solving risk data. And then also you can see the dates for winter and spring break. So you can use this exactly as it's created, or you can make a copy and you can make adjustments that fit your needs for your school. Just do make sure that you have your STAR data spread out and that you have your DIBELS data about collected every other week for those that are receiving interventions, and about every 2 to 4 weeks for your STAR assessments. So also to note that in your documentation folder system, you have new spreadsheets for the 22-23 school year, and those are designated as particular sheets. The green are for DIBELS progress monitoring, the purple are for STAR reading or math progress monitoring, and if you're using another tool for monitoring other than STAR or DIBELS, we have this one for other. Especially for those rare circumstances for most intensive students where you may be using another tool for progress monitoring, you can use the yellow. So they're all set up very similarly. They all have the same information at the top to make sure that you have the plan articulated well. It's really important to fill out this top part of the documentation sheet to make sure everything up here is accurate so that all the data is populating correctly. We also have a place for progress monitoring for the beginning and the end of the month as PM1 and PM2. So for DIBELS, you're going to be collecting that data every other week. For STAR, it's still set up for whether it's for the beginning or end of the month, but you're very likely to have empty cells here because you're not collecting data every 2 weeks, you're collecting it every 2 to 4 weeks. So just whatever corresponds to the first half or the second half of the month is where you'll put in that data for your STAR assessment. Now, one update that is important to note is that, see, is in this example, you see that there are cells that don't have data. Maybe this student didn't arrive until October. Maybe we didn't collect data during the first half of September. That's okay. That will not mess up the trend lines. As you can see, we still have nice trend lines regardless of whether or not every cell is completed. So thanks to Ryan Etheridge for updating our codes here so that we can have nice clear trend lines regardless of where we skip cells, and we can be a little more accurate with when was that progress monitoring data collected. Was it the first half or the second half of the month, so that we know what time period that data reflects, and that we're also not worried about skipping cells because it's not going to affect the appearance of our individual student graphs. So we can see as a whole, are groups making adequate progress, what students are not indicating adequate progress, and maybe in need of individual problem solving. Another addition on each of the spreadsheets is there is a median score of the most recent 3 data points collected at the bottom of each student's column. So that can also give you an idea of where the student is currently as you use this document to problem solve risk data to determine student response to interventions. So just wanted to explain those updates for your documentation spreadsheets for progress monitoring. Of course, if you have any additional concerns or questions, please just email me at ggold@clevelandcountyschools.org, or call me at 8087. We hope that you find these updates to your liking, and we welcome your feedback or your questions. Thanks. Have a great day.